What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Film 411. I am your host, Leo. As you can see, my co-host Henry is not here with me today. He had some family matters that he had to attend to, but he did assure me that he will be back next week. So in today's lineup, we got recent news, movies this week, current box office, and today's hot topic. So in recent news, I don't know if any of you have seen, but Justin Bieber had recently posted a picture on his Twitter of him holding the Man of Steel 2 Superman vs. Batman script with the hashtag Robin, implying that, he will be auditioning for the role of Robin. And it got, quite a big buzz. A lot of people believed it and stuff like that. But actually, Justin Bieber did come out and just say that it was a prank. It was a skit that he was doing for Funny or Die Presents. So yeah, I mean, he's not gonna be the new Robin. They're not auditioning him. He's not trying out for the role. It was just a prank that he had set up, and honestly, it was a good prank. A lot of people believed it. I thought it was pretty funny. I knew seeing it, he is not going to be the new Robin. I mean, that would just be ridiculous. I think as far as the crazy casting is going to go, the biggest one is going to be Ben Affleck. So, still looking forward to that movie, and looking forward to not seeing Justin Bieber in it. Up next, the upcoming Terminator 5 has got its official date, which will be June 26, 2015. A lot of people are like, should there be another Terminator? They don't know. The last one, a lot of people didn't like it. As far as the other three, actually the third one, a lot of people don't like that one either. It just seems like 1 and 2 were the only good ones. But it's going to be interesting where they go with 5. They are going to bring back Arnold Schwarzenegger to that. Whenever I find out the storyline to that, I will bring that to you. But as far as we got now, Terminator 5, June 26, 2015. In other news, we got Leonardo Decaprio getting ready for his next role to play Woodrow Wilson in an upcoming Warner Brothers movie. I consider Leonardo DiCaprio to be a pretty good actor, and I could see him playing as Woodrow Wilson. It's going to be good to see him in that role, and I'm looking forward to it. So this week it was announced that Goosbumbs is going to be moving forward. It's been around for a while, but not any film companies have picked it up, but Sony decided to pick it up and take the chance. Goosebumps is a beloved children's book that's been around for a while, and is actually one of the best sellers, second to the Harry Potter series. It was also announced that Jack Black is going to be starring in that. It's in the developmental stage, so it's not exactly concrete that he's going to be in it. They can always switch him out. During the development stage, they can change a lot of things in it. But seeing that they want a guy like Jack Black in it, because it is a children's book, they obviously want some sort of comic relief in the film. In the Goosebumps show, there wasn't really any comic relief. It was, for the kids that age, it was a pretty scary show. They really kept right on track with the books of making it sort of like an intense for, children. And just overall scary. So with them having Jack Black in it, I think they're going to go in the direction of, somewhat funny, somewhat scary. But I'm not sure. So I'm kind of in between. I don't know if I want it to be, somewhat funny, scary, or if I just want it to be just be scary. I mean, I would hope that they would, stay somewhat true to the books and just have it, just all out be creepy, scary, So it's going to be interesting to see what direction they actually go with this. Up next, we got Julianne Moore to play President Alma Coin in the next Hunger Games. I haven't read any of the series, so I'm not sure who I actually would see in that role. So I just got to put faith in the film company that they're choosing the right person. But an overall general thought, I mean, it's never a bad idea to add star power to your cast. So adding Julianne Moore is a big plus. She's a great actress, and I think she can do nothing but help the film. So in our last video, I kind of gave you a quick rundown to the upcoming J.K. Rowling series. J.K. Rowling is teaming up again with Warner Brothers to bring you a new movie series that's going to be in the world of Harry Potter. It will not be having Harry Potter, Hermione, Ron, but it's gonna have a whole new cast, and it's gonna be, a whole new series. This is gonna be about 60 to 70 years in the past, before Harry Potter. So we won't see any of him. Most likely we won't see his parents. I doubt we'll see any relation to Harry Potter. We might see some crossovers just to get the fans hyped up. And this series is going to be loosely based off of her book, The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I think it's going to be nothing but a plus for J.K. Rowling and Warner Brothers. I can't wait to see the series. I think it's going to be a big hit all over again. So this week it was announced that Lucas Black is going to be returning as Sean Boswell in the upcoming Fast and Furious 7, 8, and possibly 9. Sean Boswell was the main character in Fast and the Furious 3, if you will, also known as Tokyo Drift. Tokyo Drift was probably the weakest of the Fast and Furious 7. Personally, I liked it. I liked the change in scenery and the change in story, to be honest. I liked the Sean Boswell character, and actually I kind of liked him more than Paul Walker's character. Sean Boswell was a little more relatable, and to me I just found him more interesting. So with the way that Tokyo Drift ended and the way that Fast 6 ended, it was inevitable that they're going to bring Lucas Black back. I think it's a plus. There's some that are just like, I don't care, and there's some that, just don't really like it because they didn't like Tokyo Drift. So it's going to be interesting the way it plays out. I'm looking forward to him being in it, so I can't wait for that. Up next, we got movies coming out this week. So this week we're going to have Prisoners, Battle of the Year, and Rush. So first we got Prisoners, and I got a general storyline to Prisoners. The storyline goes, a desperate father turns vigilant and abducts the man he suspects to be behind the disappearance of his 8-year-old daughter and her best friend after cops fail to find the little girls and release the suspect. How far would you go to protect your child? Keller Dover, played by Hugh Jackman, is facing every parent's worst nightmare. His 6-year-old daughter, Anna, is missing, together with her young friend, Joy, and as minutes turn to hours, panic sets in. The only lead is an RV that had earlier been parked on their street. Heading to the investigation, Detective Loki, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, arrests its driver, Alex Jones, played by Paul Dano. But a lack of evidence forces the only suspect's release. Knowing his child's life is at stake, a frantic father decides he has no choice but to take matters in his own hands. The desperate father will do whatever it takes to find his girls, but in doing so he may lose himself, begging the question, when do you cross the line between seeking justice and becoming a vigilante? Up next we got Battle of the Year, and Battle of the Year storyline goes, set in the international world of breakdancing, follows an American dance crew who, with the help of their tough coach, played by Josh Holloway, struggle to reach their dreams despite being misunderstood by society and even their own families. Their lives collide when their skills are put to the ultimate test, the Battle of the Year finals, when crews from 18 nations are vying for the title of world champion. So I saw the previews to Battle of the Year. It's okay. It's not really my thing. I'm most likely not gonna go see it. If you're really into the dancing or break dancing, whatever, then go ahead and you can check it out. I'll leave a link below to the trailer so you can watch that and judge it for yourself. As for me, it's just another dance movie. Battle of the Year is going to be starring Josh Holloway, Josh Peck, and also Chris Brown, and that's going to be coming out in just a couple days on September 20th. Up next, we got Rush. And Rush storyline goes, set against the sexy and glamorous golden age of Formula One racing, Rush portrays the exhilarating true story of two of the greatest rivals this world has ever witnessed. Handsome English playboy James Hunt and his brilliant opponent Niki Lauda, taking us into their personal lives on and off the track. Rush follows the two drivers as they push themselves to the breaking point of physical and psychological endurance. Where there is no shortcut to victory and no margin for error, If you make one mistake, you die. So Rush seems pretty interesting to me. I've never really been a huge like race car fan, but the story does seem pretty good. I've seen the previews to it, and I'm pretty interested. So that's gonna be starring Chris Hemsworth, Daniel Brawl, and Olivia Wilde, and that also is gonna be coming out September 20th. And just like the others, I will leave a link below to the trailer so you can check it out. Up next, we got one of my favorite segments, box office. So the way this works is I'm going to read off the top 10 in this week's box office and also their total gross income. So up first, we got Insidious Chapter 2 with 4.1 million. Next, we got The Family with 14.5 million. Third, we got Riddick with 31.3 million. 4, Lee Daniels' The Butler with 100 million. Number 5, we got We're the Millers with 131 million. Number 6, we got Instructions Not Included with 26.6 million. 7, Planes with 83 million. 8, One Direction, This Is Us, 26 million. Number 9, Elysium with 88 million. And number 10, Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters with 62 million. So there's a couple points I wanted to bring out in this week's box office. Number 1 being the number 1 movie, Insidious Chapter 2. This is the first weekend it's been out, and it already has $41 million. And that may not seem as a high number, but when you look at the budget, it's crazy. The budget on that film was $5 million. So already just this weekend alone, it made its budget. It made the company even more money just on this week. And, it has at least 5 or 6 weeks that it's going to be out more. So it's going to make a lot of money. So when I saw these numbers this weekend, I was like, they're going to make a third one. Like, it's just obvious. It's a no-brainer. And actually, just yesterday, they announced that they are in the works for a Insidious Chapter 3. Well, actually, they said Insidious 3. So I don't know whether it's going to be a new family. I haven't watched this one, so I don't know if they left off in a form of there might be a third one. But the director of those films, James Wan, is not going to be working on that one. And actually, he announced that he is going to be moving away from horror films, which is pretty crazy considering that he makes really good ones. He made the whole Saw series. He made one of my favorites, Dead Silence, and he also made The Conjuring. Not to mention the first Insidious, and now this one that has made a lot of money. So they're definitely gonna go for the third one. They already announced that. It's just he's not gonna be working on the third one. I know they're gonna try to. They're gonna want to talk him into it. They're throw money at him, but we'll see if he takes it or not. Second, we got The Family. This opened up against Insidious, and everyone thought it was going to be a battle. But, I mean, with Insidious budget, they just blew them out of the way. The Family only made $14 million, and their budget is $30 million. So they're almost halfway in their first week, and they have quite a few weeks to go. So I do see this movie breaking even at least, and possibly making a few more for the company. The production company definitely thought that this was going to make a little more than it did this past weekend. So it's a little below, but like I said, I most likely see this breaking even or making some money. Up next, I want to talk about the number 3 film in the charts, Riddick. That has been out for 2 weeks. It's only the second week, and it made $7 million. That's not that much compared to how much it made last week. But it is predictable considering that it's coming out, or the opening of Insidious Chapter 2 in The Family this week. So 7's not that bad. In total, they made $31 million so far, and their budget is $38 million. It's definitely going to be out there for about another 5 weeks, 6 weeks maybe. I do see this breaking even making some money. It only needs 7 to go, and it made 7 this week. It's probably going to make 4 the next. But I think it's going to add up and make some money out of that. I actually saw Riddick. I enjoyed it. It was interesting to see kind of the collision of the Chronicles of Riddick and Pitch Black with bringing a lot of the effects and that same feel of Chronicles of Riddick, but on the planet of Pitch Black. It was pretty interesting. I enjoyed it. So if you want to, you should check it out. I'll leave a link below to that trailer, as well. But up next, I want to talk about the number 7 movie on the charts, Disney's Planes. And it's been out for 6 weeks now. It made $3 million this past weekend. In total, it's made $38 million with the budget of $50. So it's made them, $33 million so far, and that's good. Yeah, the movie made money, but it's not what Disney's used to. Disney animated films actually make a lot of money, and this is pretty low for them. John Lasseter has worked on many animated films. I mean, he's the creator of Cars and Cars 2, also Planes, and he's worked on many films that Disney has put out, like Toy Story 2, etc., etc. The list just goes on. He's kind of their golden child, their go-to guy, and he's made Disney a lot of money. So they're never going to drop John Lasseter. They're always going to have him somewhat involved in their films. But with Planes like this and Cars 2, I don't see them going forward in any more of this sort of, Cars world. I think that Planes is pretty much going to be the end of that. Finally, we are on today's hot topic. So today's hot topic is going to be movies in 2015. It's going to be interesting. I don't have someone to discuss this with. But I'm going to try my best to just give you guys my opinions. So, jumping into this was actually last week's hot topic, but we weren't able to post that video for you. We're still trying to get it, converted in a way where we can at least put it up for you guys, even though it will be considered old news. But we're still trying. So in our last video, we actually said that Marvel had announced, again, this was in last week's video, so this is last week's news, that their film Ant-Man is going to be coming out in 2015. Now, it did have a previous date to be in November 2015, but they actually moved it up to July 31st, 2015. So with them moving it up like this and giving it that kind of a push is really good. I mean, that's just showing that they have confidence in their film that it can make it in the summer box office. And with them having that kind of confidence in it, gives me confidence that it's going to be a great film as well. So with this film coming out in July, that's not even that far apart from Avengers 2. So they are kicking off Phase 3 right after the Avengers 2. And that's exciting. They're not going to wait. Here's Avengers. Here we go. Phase 3, it's starting. I think Phase 3 is going to be the best of what we've seen so far. I mean, so with Ant-Man coming out just right after the Avengers 2, I think is awesome. I was already excited for this film, and it just got me even more pumped up to see it. So what we've seen so far, I think is just visually outstanding. And I cannot wait for 2015. I mean, 2015 is already set that it's going to break records in box office. There is so many good films coming out in 2015. I mean, it is just ridiculous. I'm pretty much just going to be living at the movie theaters. I'm going to be at so many midnight premieres that it's just going to be ridiculous. That year is going to be so awesome for movies. I mean, this is just some of the movies that are going to be coming out in 2015. I mean, you have Jurassic Park 4, Star Wars 7, Man of Steel 2, Batman vs. Superman, if you will, Mission Impossible 5, The Fantastic Four reboot, Ted 2, Avengers 2, Terminator 5, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, the new James Bond film, Finding Dory, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, and now we got Ant-Man moving up in there, and it's just gonna be amazing. It blows my mind how big this year is gonna be. I mean, the only thing that's missing for it is a Spider-Man film. I wish Spider-Man was in that year too. I mean, if I had to choose just one of these movies to watch, I wouldn't be able to. I mean, there's just so many that I want to see. I mean, I just want 2015 here. I want it now. I want those movies now. Bring it here. I want to be 2015. I want it. But I have to wait. Just like we all just have to wait. Bummer. Well, that's all for this week. Again, I want to apologize that Henry was not here, and hopefully Me Alone wasn't too boring for you guys. Also, I want to apologize for this watermark that's most likely going to be like right here. We're in between editors. We're trying to figure out what's the right one that we want. And so this is an unpurchased editor. In future episodes, we will finally have one so that that watermark won't be there. So again, I want to apologize for that watermark, and hopefully it didn't bug you guys too much. So if you like this video, please click that like button below. Also, it helps to leave any comments, critiques, any opinions that you guys have. If you just want to give us a shout out, go ahead. Tell me what 2015 movie you guys can't wait for. I want to hear your guys' thoughts as well. Also, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I want to apologize for last week not having a video up on Wednesday. I did put up a small one on Thursday, just let you guys know what was going on. But as far as that goes, we will be bringing you these videos every Wednesday. Well, that's all for today. So until next time, have a good week.